Hello and welcome to a best of three between EG and VirtusPro. We are going to see ourselves hopefully 3 games, but perhaps 2, depending on who, of course, is going to be victorious here. For this evening, this is the only best of 3 that we're going to see for, of course, the Dota2 Champions League, which is what you're going to watch. As you can see, EG, they are our competitors. They will be on the Radiant side for the first game. Fear, JO, MSS, Universe and Fogged all here, and of course on the other side we've got ourselves VirtusPro with NS Arsart God, and well, you see the to be announced. It is actually Stand In Blow Your Brain that is playing once again with VirtusPro, as you have been seeing him play with VirtusPro for quite a lot, because VirtusPro has played a lot of games in these last few days, I have to say. Capitalist, of course, my co-caster, welcome to the broadcast. And yeah, VirtusPro, I think that they are in a slight disadvantage because I feel like, you know, they have tried everything over these last 3 days or so.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it always having to be a player down and being a stand-in. Of course, your brain is top-notch, but then again, ED has also had some interesting roster changes,
You're a robot.
if you can call it that.
You've been clear the entire time, and now the moment that you start talking,
Oh,
you turn
of course.
into a bit of a robot. I don't know what you did, but you did something. Something went wrong.
I'll read.
Okay, we'll be right back then. But yeah, I mean, VirtusPro, we've seen a lot of different strategies from them. Of course, EG, they were scheduled to play a lot of Dota as well, but they had some issues with people not really wanting them to play, apparently. And therefore causing some issues with their connections. But they're here, and they haven't played for a while. Last time they did play with an Elder Titan, though, as well. On that was on Tuesday, and they actually had a Necrolite in the game as well, and they won. Just want to say, Necrolite wins games. Welcome back.
Is that any better now?
No, but we can hear you, and last time it smoothed out after a little while, so maybe after the draft it has smoothed out. We're just gonna hope for that, so you just keep talking.
Alright, well, as I was saying earlier, I mean, you can't really call it roster changes, but just pretty much Fear and JO being swapped when it comes to roles. Fear apparently feeling that it's necessary for him to be on the carry role. I think he feels he's a bit more impactful there, and Gio's gonna have to try his hand as support. He's been playing carry for a very, very long time now, so I'm sure that by itself is going to have some couple of bumps in the road. It's also usually more conducive to have your captain in a support role, but this recent patch, I feel the meta has sort of oriented itself that carry players, they're a little bit more active. It's not so much as a 4 protect 1, defensive tri-lanes, that sort of thing. A lot of carries are being a lot more active in the game, and allows your captain to actually be on a carry and be able to keep an idea of what's going on in the game and still direct his players. So it's I mean, it's an interesting change, and I think both teams have certain certain challenges that they're going to have to overcome to be in this game, especially since the fact that in the past the games have been so heated. I mean, they've got a lot of 2-1s against each other in best of 3s, so I think all around this should be a very, very exciting matchup.
Yeah, I totally agree. I love VirtusPro's first couple of picks, by the way. Venomancer and Lich, that's high priority. Lich not banned out. We have seen him banned out for most of the games that we've seen lately. But Lich picked up by VirtusPro together with Venomancer. Strong supports, though, of course, we've seen both of these not only as supports. We have seen them solo mid, we've seen them in carry roles, we've seen them in off lanes. So interesting to see what they are planning to do with it, though of course Lifestealer will take a carry role there as well. Bounty Hunter was actually one of the first 2 bans that VirtusPro did, together with the Naga Siren, who of course works very well together with the Elder Titan, which they left in. With the Vengeful Spirit, which VirtusPro has used quite a lot, and a Clockwork banned out by EG, and the other 2, or other 4 bans rather, were Bat Rider, Still the Razor, Timbersaw, and the Puck, with EG securing themselves a Puck now who made it through to the second picking pool. What do you think of the ban of the Bounty Hunter that early, like a first ban Bounty Hunter? It's been a while since I've seen that one.
Yeah, I mean, both teams really recognizing each other's kind of key heroes. Both teams have signatures, And Bounty Hunter is definitely one for Evil Geniuses. Same goes with Clockwork and Virtus.pro. Like, they love picking up Clockwork, and it's not only just in the off lane. A lot of times it's picked up mid as well. So I think this just goes to show that these teams know each other very, very well. That being said, the second set of bans are also really, really smart. Virtus.pro dealing with the Lifestealer counters, while Evil Geniuses are going to try and take away. I mean, the Timbersaw ban is smart. We do have a Pugna, though, who is pretty efficient in being able to deal with Timbersaw, but he's just such a powerful offlane with the new change in the creep equilibrium. It's too hard to shut him down, so I think he's just a high priority offlaner. But Puck, especially, is the big one for me. Virtus.pro really needs initiators here. They're going to be dealing with sort of the sieging, pushing lineup. The Pugna and the Chen being able to nuke down these towers. You've got Elder Titan. Whenever you try and come forward and stop the Pugna push, Titan's going to be there with stomps, and that spirit harassment by itself is incredibly annoying. So they have this sort of sieging lineup on Evil Geniuses where they're able to sit on these towers. They don't necessarily fully commit to pushes, but they get little hits here and there with the Pugna Blast and the Chen creeps. And what Virtus.pro really needs is a strong initiator. And something like a Storm Sphere, any sort of hero that will be able to allow you to do a Nakes Bomb, is going to be ideal for VP.
Yeah, something that God is, of course, best in. Aggressive heroes. That's the one that you need to give him. And, well, still a lot of options for those in the pool. Queen of Pain, Storm Spirit, as you mentioned. I like their Windrunner pickup, though, because it does answer a bit of what you mentioned. E.g., they don't go full-on push, but they do go push. You need some counter push for that. Lich is like the opposite of counter push, because he actually helps the team, because you take away your own creeps. Venomancer is pretty okay for counter pushing, but Windrunner, of course, is the one I'm talking about. Power shots, keeps creep waves at bay, and can allow for some brilliant shackles as well. Of course, you know, we have got Light of Heaven in our team, so I am hoping for some Light of Heaven shackles, because those normally make games, I don't know, all that more exciting. Crystal Maiden, also a support that we've seen picked up or banned out so often, but last pick here before the last banning phase is going to EG. Crystal Maiden pick up the, well, EG pick up the Crystal Maiden.
10 seconds.
Are you expecting
Pugna
mid, by the way, in this case?
I am. I mean, it could be a farming Pugna, actually. Depending on what... It all depends on what VP picks up at their mid. Evil Geniuses, they have a versatile enough lineup that they can run either Pugna mid or Elder Titan, or even potentially a third hero here. They have plenty of options, so they could switch it up depending on what VP picks. But another thing that's really interesting about this draft is Evil Geniuses were willing to give away pretty much two of the highest, in general, the highest priority supports. Now, obviously, for these specific teams, Naga Siren and Vengeful Spirit were banned out in the beginning. But pretty much Venomancer and Lich have been the two heroes that have been on the rise when it comes to supports. They have just jumped up dramatically when it comes to their tiers. Their pick rate has been skyrocketing. But together... Right, we don't normally see them together. Normally you only get one or the other, and the other team grabs the other support. Or it's banned out. Here, they've got both of them on Virtus.pro. That's 0 stuns. Between your two supports having 0 stuns is kind of questionable. That being said, they aren't dealing with a whole lot. They don't have a whole lot of mobility on Evil Geniuses. Like, they don't have something that requires lockdown, but they could pick something up. Like, they could grab something like a Weaver right now. And that would still be extremely effective lanes. It would give them a little bit of late game. But now they have to deal with the Magnus. So that's going to be your big initiator there. And there we go, Death Prophet. So full push lineup coming out from Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, and I really like the Death Prophet pickup. Now, to be honest, I was still secretly hoping a bit for the Necrolite, but Death Prophet kind of feels fulfills the same role, I feel like. If she gets decent farm, if she gets a good start, she's going to be so tanky, and it's going to be so difficult to take her down. And even if you're Lifestealer and you're raged, you're still going to take damage from those spirits. It's not a safe environment for you to be in. The moment that Death Prophet pops her ulti, you back out unless you have enough burst damage to take her down. And they don't really have that much burst damage. I mean, it's there, but it's not enough to take down a Death Prophet that I'm going to assume has a decent start. So far, let's take a look at who is playing what and where they're actually going to go. I don't think we're going to have that many surprises, though, even though, well, I see that, and we do see that there's no Light of Heaven Windrunner. Well, you know, I guess we could expect that, as he has been playing, well, could expect that. This is actually a Venomancer that has picked up a race band. We're going to see him as the farmer. Arsart will play the Windrunner in this game. Perhaps they can find an initiation here. Of course, Gale being one of the best level 1 spells, but it looks like EG is playing it carefully. By the way, for people wondering, we are playing on the US East server at the moment. Next game will be Europe West. So that is.
I don't know. How do you turn down Light of Heaven Shackles?
I don't know.
And
I was really looking forward to it. It's been such a long time since. I mean, I personally have seen him on a Windrunner. Perhaps he's played it more often, but I haven't really seen those matches. I was looking forward to it, but. Oh.
Maybe they just felt like they really needed a hard stun with one of their supports. And Windrunner's going to be it, but this means Venomancer is farming top. Now, you mentioned something earlier, they don't have like a whole lot they have some decent damage over time. The only real big nukes that they have is the Magnus RP with the Lich ultimate, and that's a little bit concerning to me. Like, the Venomancer farming and everything, that's great, but it keys heavy damage over time, and Death Prophet is perfectly fine with that. I mean, that gives her a lot more time to use her ghost, and possibly even bring her ghost back before that poison can finish her off. So, yeah. I would have honestly much rather seen the Windrunner off lane, or in this case, safe lane farm.
I tend to agree with you. We are going to see Magnus in the mid up against MSS, so Magnus played by G. Not the aggressive solo mid that we were actually looking for while I'm talking about the draft. Blow Your Brain, the stand-in still with VirtusPro, already getting harassed away from the bottom lane for a bit. He'll be playing the Lifestealer and Ness on the Lich. As said, Arsart will be playing a supporter Windrunner and a solo safe lane farming Light of Heaven Venomancer. That's not something that I was expecting to say tonight, but it happens. I will leave EG for you to introduce, as they also have got a bit of different lanes than we were expecting here. Oh, perhaps they make a go at Blow Your Brain still, though, the blast. Look at that harass. It's just so annoying to deal with. They are going to burn through their region so fast.
Yep, on the EG side, we got Fear on the Pugna, Jo on the Chen, so I definitely want to keep an eye on that one. I want to see how well he does. MSS is going to be your mid, Death Prophet. Universe is on that off lane, Elder Titan, and Fogged on the Crystal Maiden. That's pretty much all he's been playing lately, I swear. It's just constant Crystal Maiden. But this is a really strong dual lane coming out from EG, the Pugna and Crystal Maiden. It's really heavy on harassment. That being said, if they get gone on, they're instantly wiped out. This should be first blood.
Yeah, the Shackle hit, Fear running for his life. One more hit, Arsart will take it home, and the Lich will live to see another day, even though barely. He got frostbitten and took quite a bit of harassment, but there was no Chen around to help out, and that's gonna be it. That's gonna be first blood. Arsart on his Windrunner. Not doing short of Light of Heaven, at least in his first few minutes of the game so far.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's strong because it's really heavy on harassment, but the unfortunate thing is that they're both slow, squishy heroes with no escape mechanisms, and ideally you want to sit as close to your tower as possible. However, this is made completely impossible by the fact that Lich is constantly bringing the creep wave back. So it's a really dangerous lane for them to be on. Sure, they can do a lot of damage to Lifesteal when it comes up its last hits, but if they get shackled, even just Lich being able to initiate with a Frost Blast and Lifestealer close enough for his open wound though, just that by itself is going to do should be enough to kill any one of these heroes.
Yeah, I agree. In the meantime, in this middle lane, we talked a little bit about if Death Prophet had a good start, how scary she would be. Up against Magnus, there's really no way that she would have a bad start at all. So this is the Death Prophet sitting on 15 for 3, with G only sitting on 9 for 1. And even though he has his bottle, he is not going to be the one to be as aggressive as you normally see him play. It's just not possible to try and get a kill on the Death Prophet. So I'm hoping that the moment that G reaches level 6, he is going to rotate to a different lane to try and make things happen there, to try and get ahead. Depending on how this bottom lane goes, of course, because if VirtusPro can continue to keep the aggression going, and if they get another kill, for example, then maybe rotating top would be better. Trying to kill off the Elder Titan, who is also farming pretty okay there. Not as good as the Venomancer, though.
Something that was probably a really big big deal, part of their safe lane farming is the fact that Venomancer should completely destroy Elder Titan. I mean, any sort of melee hero without an escape mechanism is going to get just beat on by a Venomancer. Universe is really holding his own because of the Spirit spam, and he's actually picked up a lot of CS, which is very surprising to me.
Arsart's taking a lot of harassment, but he's able to get himself away. Fog to Cripify to save himself, but it will only last a short while. Blow Your Brain will take him down, and that's going to be another kill going the way of VirtusPro. So close to also for EG to get a kill, but I couldn't make it happen. The Windrun was there, the levels are there, which is quite important to note, that there is actually level 4 Windrunner, level 3 Lich, and a level 4 Lifestealer as well. And Fear still level 3 as well. You'd expect the safe laner that's with less heroes on the lane to be higher on level, or at least even, but they're not even that.
Yeah, and a big part of this is the Chen. Now, you can't blame Geo for not being there in part of these engagements. You know, he's had 2 of his camps blocked out. Maybe he's not finding the right creep to be able to put an impact on the lane. But there is definitely some sort of lack of communication between the dual lane and their jungler. They can't really be aggressive. They can't really be near the creep wave if it's very far forward without Chen being close, and that's just not happening.
Oh, Light of Heaven might be in trouble. Fog coming in to try and help out, but couldn't get it done. And actually, the ultimate went through from Light of Heaven. Of course, it's not lethal, so it didn't kill off Elder Titan, but he got close. It's already, you know, starting to be slightly scary. Open wounds, catches Fear, looking for another target. Blast. He actually goes in on an S. He realizes that he'll die. Tries to do as much damage as he can, but Jo can't finish off that Lich. And it will just be one victim here on the bottom lane. It's a victim on EG once again. It's 3-0. VirtusPro making the most out of this aggressive trial in here. Working wonders.
Yeah, I mean, it's no surprise that they're winning the lane, but it's a little bit surprising they're winning it so hard. I mean, Chen, I think, just needs to be able to have a bigger impact on the lane. Unfortunately, it's just too late. 6 minutes in, you've already given up 3 different kills. As you saw, like, Crystal Maiden he's done with that lane. Like, he's ready to move out. He's going to try and put some pressure on this Venomancer. He already ganked him once, maybe the second time they might be able to actually get the kill here.
Perhaps they can. We have Blow Your Brain and Arsart looking for blood, though. They won't find Fear for now. Fear is indeed by himself. In the mid lane, NS has rotated there. He's got himself some boots. G is level 7, so he has got an RP. There is a lot of pressure on MSS's shoulders. He is the only one that is not losing his lane right now. And if he can pull this game up, then, you know, that's great. But if he can't, then EG is going to have to look at the second game, because VirtusPro, if they are keeping ahead in all lanes, I dare say that it's almost impossible for EG to come back unless VirtusPro, for example, I don't know, make some big mistake somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, EG's lineup is set.
They go in on SS. The RP is there, Shockwave as well. NS will have 1 Nova left in case it's needed, but it doesn't look to be needed at all. Lich will take it home. NS will go down for it with Fog picking up the kill, but Fog himself goes down as well. G gets himself a kill. 2 for 1 here. That's the first skill that EG got there, but that's gonna be the biggest target that VirtusPro still needed to take down. The Elder Titan. Elder Titan. What? Death Prophet. Wow. My brain was in a different place.
Yeah, that was definitely a high priority kill there. Yeah. So good rotation by the Lich and everything. Pugna's been pretty well shut down, so they've effectively won all of their lanes because of that. Now, MSS is still doing really, really well when it comes to CS, but both the Vino and the Lifestealer are out CSing him because of that gank. So, even if he is able to do really well on mid with the CS, he's just being outclassed by the fact that his side lanes are just getting dumped on.
What would you expect EG to do? Is it just right now? I mean, they have the ulti, almost a nice double shackle from Arsart, but good positioning for Fog. But is it just group up as 5? I mean, they still have got this hard pushing lineup. If you want to go for it, then maybe with 5 people they can. They are rotating now, though. They're looking for maybe a kill up on Arsart or Blow Your Brain. 4 people here. Arsart gets frostbitten, tries to wind run away. The silence still hits. He runs. Blow Your Brain has got a rage ready should he need it, but it doesn't look like he does. We do have the push going on though. EG, with 4 people bottom, they don't want to make this rotation for nothing. They need to go for this. They've got the exorcism, so perhaps they can make it work.
Yeah, you know, they know they're losing their lanes, and it sucks. Like, this lineup is, experience is pretty important for it. But that being said, they can get themselves a huge gold lead. Even if they're losing, they'll still be able to get a huge gold lead off of taking all these tier 1s. It's the power of Death Prophet. You just really cannot stop these pushes early on. You just don't have the power.
And they get the kill. Fear, of course, with this Nether Blast, it's very hard to deny towers up against the Pugna. It's virtually impossible if Pugna plays his hero properly. G actually looking for go. Looking for an RP, finds it up on Fear, gets silenced straight away, frostbitten as well, but the power shot comes through. Fear goes down, Blow Your Brain on the hunt for the Chen. He's got no open wounds though, and he'll just let it go in the meantime. It looks like EG tries to make something work for them, but we have a pause. Perhaps Geo disconnected, considering he stood still there for a while. But it looks like VirtusPro is gonna live unless they overextend immensely here, but...
I don't know, man. This is, I mean, I don't think that VP were really looking to dive this. I mean, the Windrunner and Magnus are both really low. Lifestealer and Lich by themselves, I mean, maybe they've still got Chain Frost up. It's possible.
Yeah,
it's
and
very much
Lifestealer is
possible.
sitting very high on life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear. Oh, not again. I say this because, exactly as Ines says, EG has had a lot of issues with that. And it looks like perhaps that might be going on again. They actually, in the end, forfeited their last game against Navi for the D2L in the best of 3 that they had. Which was a brilliant best of 3. At least the first game's definitely worth watching. Unfortunately, no.
Yeah,
game 3.
that was really sad because you're right that like the first 2 games were really good, and I was expecting a really exciting game 3, and that just never came through. So, I mean, hopefully we figure it out soon, and able to move on. But it just seems to be the bane of esports at times.
Well, bane of EG rather, because I haven't heard of DDoS problems since my own, which I was able to fix. So. I don't know, it's been a while since tournaments were actually postponed, etc. and games postponed, teams sad because DDoSes. I thought Cyborg might help most of them, if not all. He helped me.
Yes, I guess that's what happens when you become a extremely profitable organization like Evil Geniuses. They just get targeted more than often, because last time it was EG. I mean, before like the last round, like six months to 9 months ago, when we were having.
You mean with the qualifiers for the G1 League?
Mm-hmm.
Was it G1? I think so, right? Yeah, not G, but G1 League. Yeah, I think so too. Well, it was EG that started it all, or at least the team that had felt the first effects of it. Crazy Americans.
Oh dear. Well, I mean, going back to this, how does EG deal with this? One of the best things about Death Prophet is that you're able to push in these tier 1s because you don't want to go into a fight with Death Prophet already activated your ultimate. Unless you're just really far ahead or you have these amazing nukes that are able to just pop the Death Prophet before she's able to do a whole lot of damage, and even that is risky because of silence. So Evil Geniuses, like, once they're set up, until VP has things like Blink Daggers and those sort of initiating tools, VP can't really stop these pushes. They can try and get counter kills once the Death Prophet ultimate is down, just like they did at bottom. But other than that, they're going to lose a lot of these tier 1s, and because of that, the gold lead that they have is they're probably going to lose that. Now, that being said, they should expect it. They're doing a really great job staying ahead and minimizing any gains coming up from EG. But that's just the reality of the lineup.
Ooh, was so close to the knife from Arsard, but the blast once again. Oh, was close though. But yeah, they are trying to also take their own towers down here on the top lane. We see Blow Your Brain trying to push a bit, but AG with their tier 1 mid destroyed, looking for next target, which is the logical last tier 1 standing on the map for Virtus.pro, top lane. So they teleport in. They will deny their own tower here, which is pretty important because so far no denies yet on Virtus.pro, and I'm actually doubting that there will be any, purely because of that Pugna. And so denying makes all the more difference. It's actually quite a bit of gold that you deny your enemies there. So more important for trying to get yourself ahead or slow your enemies down rather, perhaps even.
Yeah, now they're just trying to keep all their towers. I mean, VP's doing a really good job with these counter pushes. They know if they can just get a tower to that gold lead, they'll actually keep it. And if EG is never actually able to set up with a gold lead and go tier 2s, like that's how you really snowball with this lineup. And VP's doing a really good job keeping that in check.
And we have a smoke up for Jao. They look to be wanting to fight here on the top lane. We still don't have a level 6 Chen, by the way. It's 11 minutes in, almost 12. But no Hand of God just yet. Even though we do have Crystal Main's Freezing Field. Yay! With pressure applied here on the mid lane for Virtus.pro. So trying to split EG up so that they can't push top, which is successful. And we have a Hand of Midas Venomancer. Is he actually going for a hood? What are you expecting here? Or is he is going for mass regen? Universe, again, they don't have disables. They can't stop people from teleporting out. We need some form of disable here.
Yeah, you know, team fight items is what they really need, so that's not a bad idea.
Oh, Fear might be able to get our start here. The wind run is on. That's a kill. Looking for another one. It's G. He does not have a Decrepify nor another blast, but the right clicks with his haste rune might be enough. No, G gets himself out. Still had some bottle charges left as well. Good kill for EG though. I mean, that's the second kill of the game. They just doubled their kill score.
And they're going to start setting up for tier 2. This is going to have a lot more defense behind it, though. Venomancer has maxed out his plague wards, and it's obviously tier 2 is much stronger. But they should still be able to sign badge and allow God able to hit a really good RP. And he's going to need Skewer in order to do that. Like, he does not have his blink. Oh, wait, no, he just picked up his blink dagger.
He just bought it. He is very low in health, though, and he has to go back to base first, and that means that he is going to be too late to defend his tier 2. Shackles don't latch here for our start, even though the power shot does hit, which is nice for him. But the tower goes down once again, no surprises there, and EG, they got what they came for, back off, very controlled, not overextending. Just take the tower, move on. Next tower, next goal, stopping their own towers from going down, with MSS rotating bottom, where NS was actually trying to make some kind of pressure going on here. Takes a lot of damage though from that Crypt Swarm. And MSS might, because of that, try to go for it here. Even though we also have the Blink Dagger mag sitting right next to the lane, I think that he scouted that out. Well, you'd really think that this Observer Ward is actually in range of the tower, right?
Yeah, it's just barely outside of the range.
No, the ping goes off. Pugna,
oh,
yeah.
no. Oh, wow.
I was gonna say, like, that's awkwardly close. Oh, that was just pure bait! Oh my god! Oh, Skewer misses.
Oh,
well,
God.
that happened. I don't think it was intended as bait, but it worked as nice bait.
And unfortunately, they lose their RP for absolutely nothing. That's their big initiating tool. So with that on cooldown, EG should really go for a tier 2 here. So that MSS, he's probably going to back out here. Looks like they're going to have to give away the mid tower. But he's going to back up, heal up, get some mana, and maybe go top. Try and take a tier 1 and a tier 2. They really need that money.
Yeah, they are able to deny this tower as well now, by the way, so that's going to be the second tower to go down on EG, and the second tower to be denied. Blink, Skewer, gets Fear.
Wow.
There comes the Poison Nova. Hand of God doesn't help enough, or does it? The Life Drain, the Shackle interrupts it. That's Fear down. Can they find more? This is a lot of resources used for one hero, but... Oh, perhaps actually that's going to be Chen.
Geo?
Yep!
Oh,
Double
man,
kill
he just
for the Venomancer.
did that.
The awards, the changes, the Venomancer awards.
I'm pretty sure if... Yeah, I'm pretty sure he should be alive right now, but he's
Crystal
fighting.
Maiden to the rescue! Hello, Arsart! Welcome to the fight. Universe turns around as well, looking for Light of Heaven. Looks like they might be able to get it. Fox has got another Nova in 4 seconds. Maybe Light of Heaven can deny himself to Ancients. No! The punch comes from Universe. That's gonna be 2 extra kills for EG. That Virtus.pro did not have to give away, I think. They could have prevented those from happening if they just were a bit less greedy for sticking around to try and get the tower.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, honestly, just getting the... Even if it's denial gold, it's gold you're not expecting to have if you're on VP. You're expecting to have Evil Geniuses have all the towers and you have none, and be really, really far ahead. So getting anything, honestly, is worth it at this point.
Oh, Chen gets opened up upon. Blow your brain, can he make it happen? A grip fight comes from Fear, saving the life of his teammate. The stomp doesn't happen. 5 heroes of EG are on the top lane. 1 tier 1 tower left standing. They really want to get it. Well, I think they're gonna get it though. This Exorcism comes out, the teleports comes in. There is no Poison Nova, though there is an RP. If G gets a good one going, then perhaps they can still save their tower. There's also a fortification if they want to use it.
This is how EG turns it around right here, is when BP tries to fight. They're not initiating yet though.
No, they're coming perhaps
to
in
wait
from
for
behind.
Ghost to be
Arsart,
down.
Blink, RP only catches one. Nice shackle coming out from Arsart. That's gonna be MSS down. He almost takes a couple with him, but nobody else dies just yet. It is 3-0. Fear still gets a tower, tries to get himself away, successfully does so. Crystal Maiden lives as well, together with Fear. And of course the double shackle was in the end the, well, the damnation of the Elder Titan, who got picked off at the back end. Brilliant fight from Virtus.pro, though. The RP was less than optimal.
Yeah, I mean, really what it was is what I thought VP was making a little bit of an error, but I guess between the fact that Death Prophet still doesn't have maxed out Witchcraft or level 2 Exorcism, she just didn't have enough Ghost to be able to clear through that tier 1 fast enough. That on top of that, they had Glyph, right? So they just basically lit. I thought the tier 1 tower was going to go down before the Exorcism was out, but instead it just took too long, and that Exorcism was a full initiation by God. He was keeping an eye on that that Exorcism timer, and it had like 2 seconds left when he went in, so all of that damage was completely gone in the team fight. That, and he had 2 heroes, which was perfect for the Chain Frost. Top.
Yeah, Universe running away successfully so. Fog coming in to make a point. Just be careful though, it's only Crystal Main. Shackle does not latch. Arsart, of course, the shackle that Arsart was able to get. Oh, he is frostbitten. Tries to TP himself out, but in comes a freezing field. Oh, it's not enough. That was so close.
Oh, Fog's got to be a little upset about that one.
Yep.
It's all about that RNG when it comes to freezing field, and he didn't get lucky there. He didn't get the extra blast in order to finish off Windrunner.
Random icy explosions, not in favor of Fogged. Well,
Alright, so this pushing strat kind of has 3 different stages, right? Any stage where you try and pick up as much experience as possible. Hopefully you win your lanes, but it's not necessary. You need to be able to pick up a lot of experience. The second part is taking tier 1s. Before they have their initiating tools, before they can team fight you, you take all of their towers and you get a huge advantage off of that. If the laning phase has gone well, you're usually able to take tier 2s. Instead, EG, they don't have that advantage. Oh, bottom Fear.
Yeah, he's at least able to dodge the skewer from G there, who was not able to get anything anymore. And the rest TP's out, so EG, they defend their tower. Tier 2 left standing. Force Virtus.pro away. Virtus.pro, who looked to be so dominant in the start of the game, and I mean, they're still ahead, don't get me wrong. But they're not as far ahead as I was expecting them to be. They're only about 5k gold ahead. Experience graph is a bit, you know, more, but that's because of kills, but it doesn't feel as big ahead. I feel like if EG gets a good combination going, and now without the fortification, we might have one fight is all that EG needs to turn this game around, I think.
Yeah, one fight will give them, I mean, especially with their pushing power, a lot of tier 2s. But, like, the third to this is Necrominions. Like, that's the new thing, is Necronomicon Minion, how powerful they can be for push strats. But it's a later push. It's not an all-in push. Those usually, like, really, Necrobooks usually come online 30 to 35 minutes on enough heroes to be... Jeez. God is just all over the place, man. That was a beautiful skewer blink.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, that was Escape 101. And he actually makes everybody of EG chase him, so they left the top, left the bottom lane. His tower is gonna be secure just because he was, you know, leading them on a merry chase. G, by the way, he's building towards his BKB, or starting to anyway, after his Blink Dagger, so he's looking pretty good on gold. He's still 3rd highest for his team, though, with highest being the Life Seer, of course, Blow Your Brain with an Armlet, with the Hand of Midas, with the Yasha, so Sanjin Yasha along the way. It's kind of needed in a game like this. Death Prophet is overall a very fast hero, and she's got drums in phase, so you're kind of forced to also go max movement speed build if you're a Life Sealer. So that's why we see him with this build.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just now. I mean, once you lose your momentum on a push lineup like this, unless you're really close to your Necro 3s, it's a really bad sign. Like, EG is really going to start stagnating here soon. The Lifestealer is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. I think they really need a smoking. In fact, that's actually just what they did. If they can get some sort of pick-off, or maybe even force some sort of good team fight at bottom, they can turn that team fight into taking control of the map and taking control of some of those tier 2s that are still up.
Yeah, with Fear now, with the Aghanims, we already talked that there was only like 1 or 2 disables that they have to try and, you know, interrupt the life drain. If Arzard tries to shackle the Pugna, and it doesn't latch, he's just gonna drain again. The shackle is on cool, and that's a big win for EG. And of course, it's only gonna happen once to Arzard, because, you know, once he's known, I think now that he knows that the Aghanims is there. But if that was a surprise Aghanims and Arzard uses his disable on that one, that's like 50% of the disables gone for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, again, very experience heavy. He's only has level 1 life drain. Yeah. So it's very possible he could just get nuked down before he's actually able to out life drain anything, but hopefully, I mean, he's about to pick up level 2, it's still a really good item pickup. I just don't feel that EG, they don't have the initiation in order to force good team fights, right? They're all on this sieging lineup. If you're no longer able to siege, then what's left? Right? Because you can't actually force any good team fights. VP is, we've seen that. Like, smooth up and you're not able to pick up. VP is staying very, very well spread. Even if they do get caught out, only 1 or 2 firsts are going to go down. The rest of them are going to continue to farm. They just have no way to force VP to take these fights unless you're sieging. And they honestly, they're a little bit too scared, but they're going to go all in. This feels like an all-in desperate push. I mean, I really feel that EG is far enough behind. 7,000 gold behind is enough. You have this kind of lineup. They're just going to go in for mid and force a team fight there and hope for the best.
Yeah, they place the ward exorcism, seeing if they can force out the fortification. There we go. That's it right there already. And the ward already doing some good here with Ines getting harassed quite a bit. He does have the mechanism, of course, for his team. In comes... Oh, that was the Blink Skewer. G does not get anything done. His RP is still on cooldown, so that's actually all that VirtusPro had for initiation. But they have got the wards, the power shots, the shackles that don't latch. The harassment is still here from EG, though. They don't show any sign of backing up. But now with the exorcism gone, this is when EG goes in. That's already Fear gone. No life drain from him to keep him up. MSS takes one more hit from the ulti of Ines. Is able to TP himself out. The Clef comes in. Universe might be able to pick up Arzard with this one. Yep, and that's going to be a kill. He'll go down for it, though. But at least with that stomp, he saved the rest of his team. Minimal damage for EG, and they did get a tier 3 tower. Now, if they do this again and everything is up again, they might be able to get melee racks or range racks.
Yeah, a lot of that was RP being down, G being unable to really initiate well. But if EG sees another opportunity where RP is down, they're going to go in for another all-in push like that. They know, because the initiation is so key on VP in order to stop these sieging pushes. But still, I feel that even though the tier 3 down, it looks very, very exposed. I don't think VP is going to make that mistake again, and I think they're going to control the map just like they were doing before that 5-man down mid. They're even going to have Necronomicon minions up soon. Venomancer almost has a Necro buff 3.
Yeah, sitting at level 2. Still holding on to that Ring of Health, which he had purchased early on to survive the harassment of Elder Titan. Probably talking about Elder Titan, he's almost got his hood complete, which of course is a very necessary item if you're going to be up against a Venomancer and a Lich and a Windrunner with power shots, Novas, and is that 2 Nova? No, Frost Blast. I thought it was Frost Nova for a second, but Poison Nova and Frost Blasts. That's the one you need that pipe for in the end.
Oh.
Let's see if EG can find a kill here up on Blow Your Brain. Silence misses though, and that should be Blow Your Brain just raging to get himself out of this one. Doesn't even need to rage, just runs. It's gonna be enough. Well, actually tries to maybe distract the rest of EG a bit to try and help his team push middle. There's the last tier 2 tower standing here on the side of EG.
Yep, Light of Heaven was able to take that bottom tower, so big influx of gold for them, and again, they just have, if Lifestealer is consistently, aggressively pushing in this top lane, they don't have any way to gank him, and they don't have any way to stop his pushes enough. Like, unless they just 5-man top, and obviously middle and bottom are going to get pushed because of that. They have no way of retaining this map control, except for 5-manning down the lane. That's usually going to see yourself losing some tower in the side lane for it. So it's a pretty risky play.
Yeah, VirtusPro, they just have auto domination of the map at the moment. Their wards are just sublime. I mean, there's really no way for EG to see what's going on. They've got some wards in their own jungle, and they now place a new one, but it looks like Jay was gonna get punished for that one. That's an RP for 2 supports. Nice! Freezing Field might be able to help kill off G, but the mechanism comes out, the BKB is there. Still Crystal Main goes down. 2 heroes dead for a BKB charge. The first BKB charge, that is 10 seconds, now down for G. But they used an RP. Is it enough? I mean, the supports, of course, have very low respawn time because they're still so low level, so by the time that VirtusPro has a chance to take down the tower, they'll be up again.
Man.
That damage from the life drain is pretty significant up on NS.
Yeah, and the range is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Once you latch on to somebody, it feels like you could just never get away. But you know, this is VP. Like, they're pushing aggressively, which is really good because one of the biggest things about these sort of lineups, any sort of lineup with Death Prophet around it or a Shadow Shaman, you want to be able to initiate on them and force them to use their ultimates early. That's the big thing. Before they actually get set up for any sort of push, you want to be able to initiate on them outside of the base, or in this case, VP has enough control that they're pushing in on EG. So EG, like, they're gonna be forced into a team fight eventually, where they're gonna have to use Death Prophet ultimate for it. And even if they win the team fight, they won't be able to pick up anything out of their push because the DP ult will be down by that point. So it's no matter what, even like pushing aggressively like this, VP, it's still the safest move possible because if EG takes a kill, or takes even a good team fight, they're not going to be able to capitalize on it and end the game.
Capitalize? It's a shame that we don't have Twitch chat. Just saying.
I know, right?
But, yeah, EG, that looks like they want to go for something that they have smoked up. They look for a go. We have VirtusPro. They are very careful here, though, because they are actually split pushing. They are basically 1-3-1 on the lanes. Perhaps they can catch themselves a Windrunner, but even that wouldn't be a very big target. Oh, so long people! Fear! Fear goes down. Jay also takes a pounding from that ulti. Fog might be in some trouble. Frostbitten there. Tries to run forward. In the meantime, Bloody Rain goes ham on Universe. Universe drops. Looking for another target. MSS does have his Exorcism. As you said, though, doesn't want to use it just yet. Bloody Rain escapes there with the Infest. 3 for 0. With Crystal Maiden still being brought down. It is, well, pretty scary. And this fight, of course, I mean, Venomancer is still bottom. Light of Heaven is just doing the whole Broodmother thing. Just if you're not in the lane, your lane is gonna get pushed. Broodmother effect at its finest. There's just no escaping from it, and they're just forcing MSS to come out all the time. He's actually being forced to pop his Necronomicon when it's off cooldown. And that means that it's not gonna be there in the fight. Fortification comes out. Well, that's something that VirtusPro is gonna be very happy about. That it's finally down, so next time they push in, that will be some fast towers dropping.
Radiant's top tower
Yeah, this is going to be one of those sort of like death by 1,000 cuts sort of scenarios where VP is just poking and prodding everywhere, and EG, they're just kind of flailing around trying to do what they can, but they can never actually lock onto anybody, and they're always going to be playing defense from here on out. Like, I honestly don't see a way for them to really come back because of that. This is not a defense lineup. This is a very much a aggressive, taking team fights on their terms.
I feel
that's
like
just never gonna happen.
If VirtusPro goes like, you know, we've won this game, we're gonna fountain dive, and for example, and Death Prophet has to be level 16 for this to work, by the way. She's still level 14, so that takes a while. Oh, whoa, hello G, what are you doing? Oh, okay, welcome back. But if VirtusPro goes overextend massively, EG win a fight, VirtusPro for some reason don't have buyback, EG go all the way, push, and then leave the racks up, just go for the tier 4s, go for the base. Perhaps they'll have a chance with that. But that's not guaranteed.
Yeah, I mean,
and I feel that that is their only chance at this point. VirtusPro making some giant mistake.
Absolutely. Like, if VP fails somehow and gives up map control, it's entirely possible that EG can take Arax and control enough in order to take a second Rax, and from there you've got an easy win, or like you said, just be able to go all in. But it's definitely going to take some significant errors. I mean, look at Light of Heaven. And he's feeding away a lot of Necro Minion gold, but he doesn't care because this Tier 3 tower is about to go down due to all of his harassment.
Yeah, and I mean, he's keeping 2 or at least 1 person busy the whole time. That means that the rest of his team is at least even or outnumbering their opponents and just forcing one key component of EG's lineup to not be there. And that's a skewer that hit. It's only a Crystal Maiden, but it is a Crystal Maiden. Can they actually get it down? The power shot misses. Fog is gonna get sent back home by Jo. In the meantime though, Lifestealer on the top lane takes down a tier 3 tower. Venomancer bottom lane takes down a tier 3 tower. And, you know, because everybody was distracted for a while, Death Prophet was able to deny the tower, but the tower still goes down, so it's just, as you said, it's slow but steady. Virtus.pro, they are just gaining ground. Split pushing. It's the most annoying thing that you can imagine, and at this point, I mean, it's so difficult to do something against it if you're EG, but they need to try. Can't blame them for that.
Like, even at this point, when you are so far ahead, they're almost 20,000 ahead, they're more than 20,000 when it comes to experience, they are still playing this game safe, and, I mean, they're even focusing down a range Rax first, which doesn't recover. Like, that's how powerful their little death by 1,000 cut scenario is, that they're just able to poke down whole entire barracks without EG ever actually being able to fully initiate and get some sort of team fight. Like, they probably wouldn't even win the team fight, but they can't even get that courtesy. Like, VP is just like, no, you don't even get that final stand. We're just gonna slowly but surely take you down.
Yep, not gonna end with a boom, nope. Just gonna die slowly. Oh, they try to go out with a boom though. Light of Heaven is at least taken down. Can they find some more people, G? Cannot blink just yet, completely out of mana. Necronomical units for the win, and that's gonna be BKB turn on for him to just get away. In the meantime though, Lifestealer was not in the fight, takes down Rax on the top lane. You know, that's just annoying. Maybe they can get him though. Rage TP out should be enough for him to get away, and he indeed does do that. In the meantime, Arsart, as well as Ines, they don't show any signs of struggle, and so they're just gonna continue pushing on. Why not?
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
This really is, like, oh my god, this is so annoying to deal with.
Yeah.
Okay, look at the MSS, he's like, let's just go down middle, guys. Let's just, I mean, we're already losing everything. Let's just last-ditch effort. Like you said, like, they're trying to go out of the boom, like, they tried to force that team fight bottom, but no. Like,
nope.
Nothing really happened there, and a melee Rax was taken a top, or excuse me, a range Rax was taken a top. Like, this is, and they didn't even, I really expected them just to 5-man down middle, because it's obviously been shown for the last 10 minutes that VP is not going to make that mistake pushing into the base.
Yeah,
they've
are
already
very
pretty much
composed.
accomplished the win scenario, which is taking some sort of Rax. They might as well just YOLO mid.
Well, perhaps they want to have a Roshan before they YOLO mid. Virtus.pro, that is. They could YOLO mid. In the meantime, Lifestealer still split pushing, so it's gonna force EG back towards their base, even though EG is trying to take some control back. It's gonna be difficult though. And it looks like Virtus.pro, they don't care about Roshan, they just want to have that fight as well. But on their terms, with their go. They've got a pipe, they've got a mad style on the Venomancer, so they've got his ulti. In comes an RP, only up on one Crystal Maiden, but they don't care. In comes the Poison Over Universe, gonna go for a stomp, we'll get it off, but it takes a lot of damage from that Venomancer, and it looks like that he might just drop anyway. Earthsplitter comes out, Pugna already died, Fear dead in the base, Jen cannot TP out, you're gone. Elder Titan, he lives, he actually TPs out, the poison still ticked through, but with that heal, with the bottle, he is able to make it out, but 3-4-0, Virtus.pro, utter domination. Even if they RP only a Crystal Maiden, they still won the fight with what seems to be great ease.
Seriously, I mean, that was pretty much the most ideal scenario for each when it comes to these team fights, which is RP used on one hero that you don't care about, MSS being focused last in a team fight, and it was still not even close to picking up a single kill.
Even the Earthsplitter hit upon 2 or 3 people. It was decent. It was good. Lifestealer on the top lane, split pushing, pretending he's a Brute Mother, taking down ranged racks, forcing everybody VG there, and because of that going on, Arsart can actually land his ulti on the tier 3 tower, gets away before he gets stopped by Universe. This is just so excruciating for EG. What can you do? You want to have that big team fight, and even when you get it, it's not ideal, but at least you want to have that big team fight. Wow. Okay, that was Fear. By Fear. And that's used his ulti for that one. Shackle does not latch Fog, forced back into his base as the range rack is under siege. In the meantime, Lifestealer on the top lane, looking to push in again as well. MSS, he does have his ulti back up again in 5 seconds. Perhaps he can make something happen with that. The Gale still hits though. Light of Heaven running away, slowed by the Shiva's Guard of MSS. But they back off. They don't want to have that 5-on-5 fight. As said though, melee ranks go down on the top lane. Lifestealer's already back pushing in the middle lane.
6 to 22, a 25,000 gold lead, over 25,000 experience. This is, I mean, at least VP is giving, you can say they're giving EG a lot of respect here.
Yes.
In that they're playing this very cool and calm and to a T when it comes to strategy-wise. They're making very few errors.
Shenbai's back. Ooh, Shackle up on Fogged. Arsart looks to be in some trouble though. He'll go down. And that's going to be Jao's buyback validated. Light of Heaven might actually drop as well if MSS gets another Crypt Swarm off. That's not needed anymore because Fear was able to take that home. In the meantime though, Racks are down. Mega Creeps for Virtus.pro because Blow Your Brain was not in a fight and was just able to push down towers. Barracks obviously as well. Troya. What does that mean?
I do not know.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Neither does Jao. Shackle up on Fear, Arsart just on the run. He has got backup though. If G decides to be friendly, he's got his BKB ready. His Blink, his RP. Hello, 2-man RP. It's been a while. 3-man RP rather. That's gonna be 3 people dead. MSS last one to drop there, and it's just ET and CM left alive. Fogged. The Universe, the last one standing, and the GG is called. Virtus.pro will take game 1 of this best of 3. Outplayed or outpicked, you say?
Yeah, I think mainly outplayed. Like Evil Geniuses, they have really good synergy in their own lineup. VP, they didn't have this amazing initiation or anything else like that. I think the biggest, the best part, the smartest thing that VP did when it came to their draft is putting in an aggressive lane versus Chen and taking the fight to EG on in the laning phase, which is a very crucial but weaker part of Evil Geniuses' draft, is that they depend so heavily on the laning phase, but they don't have an overwhelming power when it comes to the laning phase. They're not guaranteed to win early on. So I think that was one of the best plays that BP could have done. But all around, I don't think there was anything really wrong with the Dire draft.
Radiant draft.
Yeah, anything wrong with the Radiant draft? VP maybe. I would like the Lifesteal was a really good pickup, I feel, but other than that, I think it was just VP sticking to their strategy and outplaying Evil Geniuses pretty much through every moment of the game.
And of course, before we jump to the next game, one thing that you do have to remember, this was a US East server, so we're gonna jump ourselves to a EU West server, so we're gonna have actually server preferences for Virtus.pro in the next game, and if they can already win with being down the server, if you can say that, well, let's see what they can do if they're actually having better ping. We are gonna see game 2 here for the Dota2 Champions League. It's of course a best of 3 between EG and Virtus.pro. Stick around for the second game and we'll be right back.